up Sephora. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a story time about my... Who left the door open?
Oh, what?
Can you close the door?
Oh, you're close.
Bro, you pissing me off, bro. Get out. Just get the flip
I'm
out.
just trying to relax.
I don't care. Go relax somewhere else. Flipper. Who this motherfucker think she is? You don't run this motherfucker. This my motherfucking room, bitch. I'm gonna put on some lip care. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't do this to you. But I know what you need.
That's rude. Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright, so this is gonna be...
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Alright, never mind. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm just...
This is about to be a story time about my first kiss. Okay, so
Sorry.
let me give y'all just a little rundown, a little disclaimer. Now, right now I'm 17, and I had my first kiss at 17 years old. So right now it's June 2018. I had my first kiss in November 2017, which was like 2 weeks after my 17th birthday. So 2 weeks after my 17th birthday, I guess you could say I hung out with this dude who I knew from all the way from elementary. So, but we weren't friends back elementary. We just went to the same elementary or whatever. I just knew him. So one day my best friend hits me up. She's like, oh, I want to hang out with this dude and he got a cousin. I didn't know the cousin was going to be the dude from elementary. So matter of fact, I'm going to give them names. So the cousin, his name is going to be Peanut. Oh, that's so ghetto. That is so ghetto. Let's just call him Jared. So this dude, the cousin who my best friend is gonna be hanging out with, talking to, his name gonna be Jared, and the dude who's my first kiss is gonna be Terry. So my best friend hits me up. She's like, "Hey, I want to hang out with Terry, and he got a cousin." No, fuck, I'm getting confused with the names. My best friend hits me up, and she's like, "I want to hang out with Jared, and he got a cousin, Terry, who you gonna hang out with." So I'm like, alright, whatever, sure, okay. So we hang out, we hang out one time, it wasn't good at all. I was pissed off. And then we hang out another time and it was cool. I'm like, oh, okay, so I can kind of mess with you. I can mess with you, Terry, or whatever. So we started texting or whatever, and he was like, one day he was just like, hey, you trying to chill without my best friend and Jerry? I'm like, yeah, sure, just me and you. He's like, yeah. So he come pick me up. He drove, he came pick me up in his car or whatever. And so we go hang out. It's like 10:30, 11. 11 o'clock was his curfew, and he gotta be home. So I'm like, okay, we'll just go home at 11 then. So so we go after he come pick me up, we go to the mall, we hang out, we're having a good time. We go hang out at a park, we're both, I was never really comfortable around him. I really don't know why. I guess it's just because I've never had a boyfriend. I never really talked to someone before. This is complete new territory for me. I don't hang out with dudes. I never really had guy friends, and I don't have brothers. I don't have cousins, uncles. I don't, was never really around dudes like that, except for in school. And even then, I never really had guy friends. I mean, yeah, whatever. I was never really like that. I was never really around the dudes like that. So I don't know. When we would sit in the car and we would just be talking or whatever, I would never get comfortable. I was always really shy, really timid around him, and he hated that. He was like, bro, why you like this? I'm like, well, you say something, you talk, you just quiet as me. What are you saying? But it's cool, whatever. He was he was really sweet, really. He was a handsome, sweet young man. He was always a gentleman. Always opened up my car door. Always opened up the restaurant's doors and stuff. He's really nice. And that was a huge plus in my book. I'm like, oh, I got a gentleman on my hands. Okay. So, yeah, so we hang out. We're sitting in the car chilling or whatever. You know, it's time to go home. And so, it's time to go home. He drive me home or whatever. No, mind you, we hung out once before, just us two. But, like, he didn't kiss me that time or whatever. So, this time, as we driving back, I'm saying it to myself. I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna, like, try and kiss me this time. I was really sitting there, like, in my head. I wonder if he's gonna, like, kiss me this time or whatever. So we driving home. I start to get just a little nervous. I just do, you know? And so we're driving home. We get to my house. He pulled, like, over kind of in my neighbor's area. Not in front of my house. Thank the gods. Because I just, ooh. And my porch light was on. So he kind of, like, pulled over out the way, out of the way of my house. Which is smart. Which means he probably done this shit before. But I don't care. So I get out the car. He gets out the car. And then he gets my, because I had bought some stuff from Victoria's Secret when we went to the mall. So he gets my stuff from the back seat. And I'm like, okay, let me go set this down on the chair porch. Up in front of my, on the porch somewhere. So I go set it on the porch. I'm like, okay, I'll come back and give you a hug then. So I set my stuff on the porch. I go back to give him a hug. We hug or whatever. And then it's like, you know how when you hug and then kiss someone, you hug them, but you don't actually separate. You just, like, come apart a little bit. So I'm thinking I'm finna just, like, hug and peace out. He's like, no. Like, he got other plans. So we hug, and then we come apart. And we come face to face. And then that's when I'm, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, snap. I feel like this is when it's going to happen. I'm like, oh, snap, this he finna fucking kiss me. And I see it in his eyes. I see it in his face. And then I just see his eyes, like, go low. And then I see his eyes, like, start to close. I'm like, oh, snap. I gotta close my eyes, too. So I'm like, oh, snap. So then I close my eyes. And then he, like, leans in. And then I lean in. And then thank God all he gave me was a peck. Oh. Thank the gods. It was sweet, gentle, swift, quick, and it was over with. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, snap. It was just a peck. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted. I didn't want no more. And so he gave me a peck. And then I was like, were our noses supposed to touch? Because our noses touch. They kind of like squish. I was like, ew, that was an uncomfortable situation, or I guess. I was like, yeah, our noses touched. But I ain't never kissed nobody before, so I don't know. So we pull apart. He's like, good night, or whatever. I'm like, okay, good night. So then I go in the house. You know, you already know what I'm gonna do. Girl, I called my best friends. I called my best friend, and she put me on three-way with our other best friend. It's us three best friends. So I call her, and she's already on the phone, so it's now three-way. So I'm like, oh my God, you guys, he kissed me. I did it. I had my first kiss. And he was like, oh my God, how was it? I was like, oh, it was nice. It was only I was like, blah, blah, blah. It was only a peck. And it was like, what? It was only a peck? I'm like, yeah, well, what's it supposed to be? Oh, it was like, all you got was a peck? I'm like, yeah, like, yeah. What are you saying? And they're like, Zenobia, what the fuck? I'm like, girl, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm cool off of it. I was like, girl, we'll save that for another time, I guess. Which, still to this day, that was my first and only kiss. I've only ever been pecked. Still to this day. It is now June 2018. I'm still 17. And I've only been pecked by that one time. But I ain't tripping. I actually, oh, and yeah, he did know that I've never been in a relationship, never really talked to someone like that before. I've never been kissed. So he already knew that. That's probably why he only gave me a peck. because he knew that. He knew I ain't had no mans or nothing like that. Which is very gentleman-like of him. And so, yeah. It was a cool experience. It was decent, you know. It's not much to say other than it, because it was just the peck, you know. But it was cool. It was cool. You know, it's whatever. But yeah, that's my story about my first kiss. And yeah, I had my first kiss at 17, y'all. That's crazy. But I ain't tripping. I'm actually kind of glad I could say that. Because when people ask me, I'm like, because when people would ask me before November, I'm like, oh, I ain't never, you know, never been in a relationship, never kissed no one. And they'll look at me like, what? You? Everybody, because everybody think I got, you know, like hoes or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck are those? Like, I don't. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope y'all liked it. Let me know, like, in the comments, like, when was y'all first kiss, if y'all had it yet, how old y'all was, and how was it, you know? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm finna be a whole YouTuber now. So, if you like this video, please give it a like. Thanks for watching. Peace.